A rich mom got me suspended after I defended a struggling single mother, but we uncovered her secret recordings and destroyed her reputation at the school gala. Working at Harbor Playhouse, a kids' party center in Charleston, meant living in a permanent fog of birthday balloons, overpriced cupcakes, and passive-aggressive moms in matching yoga sets. Every Saturday, they arrived with loud voices, big handbags, and zero gratitude. The Lululemon uniforms, the iced matches, the endless complaints about menu prices, it was all part of the ritual. So when Emily Hart first walked through the door, I braced for more of the same, except she wasn't like the others. She showed up early, carrying gift bags and decorations, and it wasn't even her child's party. She quietly paid the full balance, gave us a 40% tip, and even stayed late to help clean up. When I asked why she was doing all that, she just smiled. Someone's gotta keep the chaos from swallowing you whole. At the time, I figured she was just unusually generous. Then she came back 2 months later and did it again. Same warmth, same tip, same willingness to help. But this time, the atmosphere was different. I noticed the stares, the whispered comments. The other moms, especially Brooke Langston, who looked like she'd been designed by a Beverly Hills plastic surgeon on autopilot, were clearly annoyed. Not openly, of course. That's not how it worked. "It must be nice to have all that money to burn," one of them muttered as Emily placed cupcakes on the table. "If she really wanted to help, she'd book the private lounge," another added, with a half smile that dripped poison. Emily didn't react. She just kept smiling. But I saw her fingers tremble when she handed over the card. She still tipped 50%. Still cleaned up. Still said thank you. Then, one afternoon, she came back, and I knew instantly that something was wrong. She looked exhausted, her eyes sunken, her shoulders tense. She dropped a massive black bag on the counter filled with detailed instructions, allergy lists, seating plans, even name cards for the kids. But when I ran her credit card, it declined twice. Her face flushed, and she froze. I quickly led her into the staff break room before anyone could see. She sat down, silent at first, then completely broke down. She told me her husband had lost his job weeks ago, that they were behind on the mortgage, that she couldn't keep pretending everything was fine. "I just didn't want the other moms to feel pressured like I did," she said through tears. "So I handled everything, covered the gaps, smiled through it, and now I can't do it anymore." Then she reached into her purse, pulled out a worn envelope marked mortgage, and began counting out 20s. I stopped her hand mid-count. "Emily," I said, "you don't owe me anything. I'll take care of it this time." She looked at me like no one had said that to her in years. When we stepped back out, the other moms had already begun circling. They stood together, tight and whispering. Brooke was at the center of it all, perfectly composed, as usual. The moment Emily reappeared, she pounced. "We were just talking about how the parties have really gone downhill lately," Brooke said, eyeing Emily from head to toe. Her tone was light, her smile tight, the kind of insult that barely qualified as a sentence but landed like a slap. Emily didn't say a word, just kept her head down and started adjusting the gift table. The next month, it happened again, another party, another declined card. But this time, it happened in front of everyone. Brooke made sure to stand directly beside the register. "Oh, don't worry," she said loudly, pulling out her Platinum MX. "I've got it." Some of us can afford to be generous. Then, turning to the other moms with a fake laugh, she added, "Emily, maybe don't sign up for things you can't handle." "It's a little embarrassing for everyone." Emily's face went blank. She excused herself and rushed to the bathroom. When she returned, her eyes were swollen. One mom leaned in and whispered, "Fix your makeup, dear." "You look tired." That was it. Something in me snapped. My manager wasn't there that day. No one was around to stop me. So I walked straight over to their table and tapped one of the plastic birthday cups until the room quieted. All the moms turned toward me like I was about to serve dessert. "Brooke," I said cheerfully, "you've been to a lot of these parties. How much do you think you've spent total?" She blinked. Excuse me, oh, I'll tell you." I continued. "About $20 on gas." Silence. Meanwhile, Emily has spent over $7,000 on your kids. She's tipped us, helped us, smiled through your cruelty. And you can't even let her cry in peace, gasps and awkward shifting. One of the kids stopped playing and stared wide-eyed. Then I made the mistake. I looked Brooke dead in the eye and said, "Maybe if you spent half as much money on your lips as you do on pretending to care about your kid, your husband might still love you." And just like that, she exploded. She grabbed her purse, her kid, and stormed out. The room stayed quiet for a full minute after. Emily tried to thank me. I shook my head. They needed to hear it, but I had crossed a line. One I couldn't uncross. 3 days later, I got called into the office. My manager's face was beet red. He didn't say a word at first, just handed me a letter. Official complaint filed by Brooke's husband's law firm. Accusations, harassment, verbal misconduct, and even endangering a child. I was suspended on the spot. No conversation, no hearing, just clock out. Don't come back until you're contacted. I walked out through the back door with my things in a cardboard box, trying not to shake. A week passed, no calls, just silence. Then one evening, Emily showed up at my door. Her face was pale, mascara smudged, eyes puffy from crying. "Brooke's spreading rumors about us both," she said. "She's telling people my husband was fired for embezzlement. The PTA removed me. Parents won't even make eye contact at pickup. My daughter was uninvited from 3 birthday parties last week." Turns out Brooke had been quietly turning the entire mom network against her, twisting every late payment, every awkward moment into a calculated smear campaign. Worse, she'd staged a concerned moms meeting where she presented fake messages claiming Emily begged for money. Emily was falling apart, and no one believed her. Then one of our co-workers, Amber, a part-time server, texted me in the middle of the night. Brooke left her phone behind. "You need to see this. We met at a coffee shop." Amber placed the phone on the table, screen already open. It was a voice recording app, dozens of files, each labeled with a mom's name and a date. "I think she's been recording everyone," Amber whispered. I hit play on one file. It was 2 moms chatting about one's divorce, a conversation from weeks ago. Private, honest, not meant for anyone else. And then, Emily's recordings. But they weren't real. They were spliced, cut up, rearranged to make her sound like she was bragging, begging, even manipulating. We needed more. Enter Danielle, Emily's cousin and, by divine luck, Brooke's personal trainer. During a session, Danielle hit record on her phone and asked how Brooke was doing. Brooke started laughing. Emily's pathetic. "I've got her begging on tape. These moms will believe anything I show them. I even got that Labmouth employee suspended. The best part? My husband's firm makes it all disappear. That recording was the match. The Riverbend Academy Spring Gala was our battleground. Emily dressed simply. I entered through the back with volunteer credentials. We had a speaker system, a projector, a plan. When the crowd settled, Emily took the mic. "Before we begin, I think there's something everyone should hear." Danielle's recording played first. Laughter, arrogance, Brooke's exact words. Then came the projector. We played back Brooke's recordings of them. Their secrets, their confessions, shock, silence, chaos. The PTA president stepped away mid-sentence. One mom cried, another looked ready to punch her. And then Emily's final move. Security footage. Brooke stealing mail from her porch. A federal offense, Emily said calmly, already reported. Brooke's husband walked out without her. Brooke tried to follow, but no one moved. She was alone. Within a week, her husband filed for divorce. The school banned her. Her old friends cut ties. And I got my job back. Justice didn't come with fireworks. It came with truth, evidence, and a microphone.